Hi everybody, how are you guys doing today? My name is Beth Chatterton. I'm your friendly neighborhood 4-H program coordinator, and today we are going to be doing all sorts of gifts in a jar. So these are homemade gifts that you can give to family, you can give them to teachers, friends, whatnot. And so all you need is a jar, and you can use a mason jar, or you can use one of these jars that have the snap lid, which is what I'm going to use today. Or you can even, for what we have, you can even do like Tupperware containers. So the first one we are going to do is a pancake mix in a jar. So maybe on the holidays, it is a family tradition for you to wake up early with your family and have pancakes. So this would be a great gift to give to your family. Who doesn't like pancakes? So what you're going to do is we're going to talk about the ingredients, mix all the ingredients, put it in our jar, and then talk about what you add to it. Once we are done with our pancakes in a jar, we're going to do one for funfetti white hot chocolate. So pancakes in a jar. You are going to take 6 cups of flour. I've already measured 5. So I'm going to take my 6th cup. And this is an awesome activity to do with little ones that are learning how to add, how to count, or just starting off baking. So there is our 6th cup of flour. Put that down. Boop. Next, you are going to need a 1/4 of a cup of sugar. And I am going to, at the end of the video, I'm going to post the websites that I got these awesome activities from, or recipes from, so you don't have to memorize or write down what I'm saying. So 1/4 of a cup of sugar goes right on in. Put that to the side. Okay, next you are going to need 2 teaspoons of baking soda. So you want to make sure that you are not mixing up your teaspoons with your tablespoons or your baking soda with your baking powder. So 1 and 2, and I like to use kind of like a bit of the cardboard lid to even out my measurements. Then you are going to need 1 teaspoon of salt. So we're going to measure that out and add that in. Awesome. And then next what you're going to do is you're going to mix together the mix, and I'm just using a whisk, and it's just going to mix it up really, really well, because the idea is that you're going to give them this pancake mix in their jar, and they're going to take 1 cup of the pancake mix and they're going to add it to 1 cup of milk and an egg. So we want to make sure that it's all mixed up really, really well. That way one batch doesn't taste different than the other. So when you kind of feel like you've mixed it up really good, again, this is a great activity for little ones. They feel like they are participating. Okay. I am going to take a 32-ounce container, and I chose one with a wide mouth, and you are going to pour it as best as you can without making a mess into your container. And actually what I'm going to do, because I am making a mess, I'm a very messy cook. You can ask my family. I'm going to take a measuring cup and I'm going to just put it in. And while you're doing this, you can think about lovely thoughts, and that's how recipes get made with love, right? So I am just adding my mix into my jar. So what you'll want to do is this, the 6 cups of flour, the 1/4 of a cup of sugar, the smidge of baking soda, and salt makes 1 container. And actually I'm getting a little bit more, or a little bit less into this container. So I've got enough that I can put another jar in. So what you'll do is, once you're happy with that, is you'll put your jar or your lid on your jar. And voila. Now, can you just give this to somebody and say, here you go, it's pancake mix in a jar? Not quite. What you'll want to do is you'll want to add instructions to it. So the website that I found this on for the Crafted Sparrow, she has made little tags. So this is what her tags look like that you can download and print off. So it's Christmas morning pancakes, and it gives you the instructions on combining 1 cup of the pancake mix, 1 cup of milk and an egg, and then it just says Merry Christmas. If you want to, you can definitely do a tag on the computer. Or if you want to and you've got nice handwriting, or even if you don't have nice handwriting, you can hand make a tag and then put it with your jar. And so I'm going to then take one of my itty bitty ribbons, and you can use string, you can use a sticker, however you'd like. And I am going to put my little instructions on top with a bow. You can pair this with maybe your favorite bottle of maple syrup and give it as a gift. You can add a little mason jar full of chocolate chips, and so that they can make chocolate chip pancakes. You can kind of just do kind of the sky's the limit with this. You can add a whisk to it as well. You can go as elaborate as you want with your pancakes in a jar gift, or you can be as minimal as you want. I personally think just like leaving it like this is really nice, and I would be totally happy to receive that as a gift. So next we are going to do funfetti white hot chocolate. So this one I'm choosing a smaller jar, because for them to make their hot cocoa mix, they just take 1/4 of a cup of the mix, they put it into a mug, and then they add a cup and 1/4 of hot milk to it and mix it up. So this one, and again, when I'm done with the video, I'm going to share the link to both websites that I pulled these from. So this one is from Homemade Ginger, and she just kind of talks about different things that she's done with her recipe. So our ingredients are, oh, wrong one. Okay, our ingredients. We are going to take a 1/2 cup of vanilla pudding mix. And so I'm going to go ahead and just pour it into my 1/2 cup. And ideally you want to use a knife to level it off. I kind of shake it until it's about even. So there is our 1/2 cup in there of vanilla pudding mix. Then you are going to take 3 tablespoons, and again you want to make sure that you're looking at tablespoons are bigger than teaspoons. You're going to use white cake mix. You want to use the white cake mix because it's going to help keep the white hot chocolate white versus a yellow cake mix. So I said 3. Yes, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3 into my bowl. Okay. Then I'm going to take a 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and actually I'm going to put this over a different container so in case I get extra, it doesn't make my hot chocolate super salty, because that wouldn't be very fun. Okay, awesome. So let me dump out the extra that I did get. Alrighty, next, because it's funfetti, right? So we think about that cake that has all the sprinkles in it. You are going to take 1 tablespoon and put sprinkles in it. So I chose red, green, and white sprinkles. And you want to have your sprinkles close at hand because we're going to use them again. So there's 1 tablespoon of sprinkles just to give it some flair. And then you are going to take 1 cup of chopped white chocolate chips. The secret to getting them chopped is to actually put your bag of white chocolate chips in the freezer and then put them into a blender. Because they're frozen and they're hard, they're going to chop up much nicer and much finer than just at room temperature, because the blender sometimes gets a little hot and it just gets really sticky and chunky. So I'm going to go ahead and dump those in, and I'm going to give it a good stir. And then the last ingredient that you're going to add is a 1/4 of a cup of powdered milk. So this is going to help get it nice and creamy too. I'm going to go right in there and kind of shake it even in 1/4 of a cup. Awesome. So then what you want to do is, again, mix up your mix nicely, because they're going to take 1/4 of a cup of your mix and they're going to put it into their favorite mug, and then they're going to add some nice warm milk to it. So now that I've got it mixed up really nicely, if you can see it, I'm going to put it into the container that we're going to gift it with. And again, I'm super messy in the kitchen, so I'm using a spoon to dump it in. If you have a funnel, you are more than welcome to use it just to help lessen the mess. All right, so that's filled nicely. I'm going to give it a good kind of like tap on the table. So, and then put the lid on. Boop, and snap it closed. So here is my little jar full of my funfetti white hot chocolate mix. Now to add to this for a gift, I am taking a treat bag that you can get at any holiday section. It comes with a little tag to go on top of a little reindeer, and I'm putting a lot of mini marshmallows in here. I'm a huge marshmallow person with my hot chocolate, so I always assume other people are the same way, where it's more marshmallow than hot chocolate. And then I'm going to take my sprinkles that I used in the mix, and I am going to give it a good pour in there. And you can do this with a Ziploc bag. You can do this with like another little container, and I'm just going to give it a good shake, and then it gives it some festive to go along with it. So when they make their hot cocoa mix, they can add this on top just to make it a little extra yummy. And then what you'll do is you can attach the little bag and then pair it with here, and then you would do the same thing that you did with your pancake mix, in that you would attach instructions for them so that they know how to make their funfetti hot chocolate. Another thing you can do with the funfetti hot chocolate is if you wanted to use a different container and you have a festive mug, you can put the hot cocoa mix inside your jar and then put it inside the mug and gift it this way. And then you can just slide the instructions right to the side. You can, if you've got a favorite cookie jar recipe, you can always do those. These are just something a little different that you can add to your holidays and to your gift giving. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm going to share the two websites so that you can see the list of ingredients and the instructions. And then there's printouts if you wanted to print out your instructions to go along with your gift. Or I always think handwritten is really nice, especially if you have little ones that are working on their penmanship, or even if you are a adult. It's always nice to give a handwritten little something, because it just kind of adds to that made with love part of it. So I hope you guys had a great day. I hope you enjoyed our little tutorial on gifts in a jar, and I hope that it gave you some ideas on something that you can do as well. I hope you have a great day. If you join us again on next Wednesday at 1 o'clock, we're going to talk about trivia games and different games and activities that you can do with your friends and family over the holidays, whether you are in person or if you're doing it virtually or just at a distance. So stay tuned, and I hope that you join us on Wednesday. Also, tomorrow night there is still some room if you have a 4-H'er that needs to or wants to work on their gift wrapping skills. We are going to learn how to wrap the perfect present and just kind of home in on some different gift wrapping skills, and when not to use a gift bag, how to make a bow, how to add something a little extra to our present, how to get that really nice crease on our gift wrapping. So I will share the link to that registration if you haven't seen it later on today, and I hope that you can join us. So have a great day, and we'll see you guys soon.